is up, everybody? Welcome to the International Hunger Games Championship, the Spongebob edition. For 48 competitions of Hunger Games since 2021, for over 4 years of competition, we're coming straight into the 49th competition, ladies and gentlemen. And as tournament-wise, ladies and gentlemen, the last several competitions will find 24 players because next time on episode 50, which might be the next week of the month, we are coming straight in for a tournament. And as it is, one of these players will have a chance to get the invitational for the 50th Hunger Games Championship of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And in District 1, we have Spongebob Squarepants and his pet snail, Gary. Also, coming next door to him in District 2 will be his friend Patrick Star, next door to Squidward, Tentacles. District 3 will have Mr. Krabs and his daughter Pearl, while the duos of the heroes, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in District 4. Even though coming to District 5 won't mean much about Sandy Cheeks and Larry the Lobster, but we have to watch out for District 6, Sheldon Plankton and his wife Karen. Even though District 7, Mrs. Puff and Flats the Flounder, is Mrs. Puff done with SpongeBob? Is she going to end things all? Or is Flats going to finally find his confidence? Who knows, because we better watch out for District 8, the Tattletale Strangler and Rag. Even though Rag has only been in one episode of his life, but you know what? He might have something. Even in District 9, we have Patchy the Pirate and Potty the Parrot. In dry land, I don't know how they're going to survive underwater. District 10, we have Doodle Bob and Bubble Bass. Coming to District 11 is Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble. And finally in District 12 with King Neptune and the Flying Dutchman. Yeah, I really don't know how that's going to end out with these players, but we might as well say enough talk, guys. It's time to play the Hunger Games. As the tribute stand for the 49th edition of International Hunger Games Championship, the horn sounds and the Dirty Bubble winks to the cornucopia to hide. Mermaid Man will find a bow and arrow and quiver, but we don't know if he's going to have what it takes. But we actually have Rag severely injuring Man Ray and puts him out of his misery. Well, sounds like Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy won't have problems with their villains. That would be interesting. Mrs. Puff runs away from the cornucopia with Flats finding a backpack full of camping equipment. Larry clutches a first aid kit. And Gary will slither away from the cornucopia, or with his dancing shoes on. Oh, the Dirty Bubble shoots an arrow straight to Pearl's head. Oh, the Dirty Bubble, and oh man, these characters are in it. This is not what it's great to start competition with. King Neptune will fly away from the cornucopia. Sandy Cheeks takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Ooh, Sheldon Plankton, takes out Barnacle Boy with a sickle. One half of the Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy and their villains are gone. Ooh, Squidward grabs a jar of fishing bait while Flying Dutchman gets fishing gear. I don't know what to say about that. Patchy the Pirate runs away from the cornucopia, followed by Bubble Bass. And Patrick grabs a backpack and retreats, while Tattletale snatches a pair of stays. SpongeBob will run away from the cornucopia, just like Potty the Parrot. Mr. Krabs will take a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Karen will find... I can't. Okay. Guys. Oh, no. Oh, God. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Okay, I have to zoom in. I'm sorry, guys. There's something wrong with my tab box here. I can't get rid of it for some reason. Anyway, let's get back to business. Anyway, day 1. Flats and Flounder questions his insanity. Flying Dutchman fishes while Potty thinks about home. Ooh, the Dirty Bubble begs for SpongeBob to pop him. But SpongeBob refuses. Why would he not pop him? He's the last villain of Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy. Tattletale Strangler explores the arena while Bubble Bass Trap finishes off Patchy. Let's be honest, being underwater in a game like that, yeah, I don't know if Potty and Patchy have a chance to survive, and well, that's it. Ooh, Karen defeats Squidward but spares his life for some reason, and Mr. Krabs scares Patrick off. That's a little bit of a shocker there. Ooh, King gets a swing shot. Oh, Rag begs for Doodlebob to erase him, but keeps him alive. We don't know why. Larry makes a wooden spear while Gary attacks Sheldon, but Sandy protects him, killing Gary. I don't know what to say about that. That's a real shocker there. Dang. Mrs. Puff receives medical supplies. Oh, and Mermaid Man thinks about home. Well, he better think about something else. He just lost his partner in crime there. Look at that. 5 cannon shots of Ruiz, ladies and gentlemen. You just hate to see it. You hate to see it happen. Anyway, we come to night 1, guys. Squidward climbs to a tree to rest. Sandy and the Flying Dutchman talk about their tribute still alive, while Karen, Doodlebob, and Mrs. Puff sleep in shifts. Spongebob receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Flats, the flounder, quietly hums. Rag questions his insanity, while Mermaid Man, Larry, and Patrick cheerfully sing songs. Okay. Bubble Bass receives an explosion. Oof, dang, there's a... And Mr. Krabs also gets medical supplies. Okay, sounds like those are the only things interested today. These for just tell ghost stories. Oh, and Patty the parrot dies from hypothermia. He's been underwater too long that it seemed like time was giving up on him. Yep, Patchy the pirate and Potty had no chances of surviving. And, well, this is a shocker because while these 5 are hunting other tributes, Doodlebob actually decides to change his mind and strangle. Instead of erasing Rag, he decides to strangle him with a rope and then erase him. Unbelievable. What a gruesome way to end his time. Unbelievable. And even Flats the Flounder overpowers a ghost? Jeez, that is really a shocker there. Mrs. Puff talks about stalks Mermaid Man. Patrick, Sheldon, Larry, and Squidward hunt for other tributes. SpongeBob discovers a cave while Mr. Crab hunts for other tributes. And Dirty Bubble fishes, which is a shocker. Guys, I don't know why I have to keep doing this. Well, guys, the problem is there's actually a lot of these problems here because I can't go under here because there's a lot of these, like this type of stuff, like the tab. Like if viewers know about the show, the desktop thing. I don't know. I can't get rid of that. I don't know why. So it's blocking the proceed thing. So I just hope we get rid of more tributes so I won't have to zoom in like that. But yeah, it is what it is. Larry sees fire but stays hidden. Mermaid Man receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Bubble Bass begs for Tattletale's Strangler to strangle him. And I don't know why Tattletale would do that. Why would he not do that? So, Dirty Bubble, Sandy, SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs sleep in shifts. I don't know why you would even do that. Why be with the Dirty Bubble? Why even stay with Sandy if he didn't realize that Gary died because of her? Interesting. Mrs. Puff lets Squidward into her shelter. Karen tends to Patrick's wounds. And I'm sure that they're actually teaming up for something because of after what happened in one of the season 6 episodes of Squidward being in boating school. It's one of the worst episodes I hate. So they might be planning for something here as we speak. Flats is what I meant to say, loses sight of where he is while King Neptune is awakened by nightmares. But look at Sheldon. He's staying awake all night while Doodlebob attempts to start a fire. But trying to draw a fire with a pencil is not a good idea. Someone has to take that pencil away from him. Anyway, the Dirty Bubble sprains his ankle. I don't know how a bubble can sprain his ankle, but it just did while running away from SpongeBob. Well, I'm sure SpongeBob also has a pencil, but not the pencil that he has like Doodlebob has, so that's going to play a fact. King Neptune searches for firewood, just like Mermaid Man. Sheldon sprains his ankle as well, running away from Mr. Krabs. This is going to be really interesting to see here. Sandy Cheeks explores the arena, while Larry receives a hatchet. That's going to play a big factor in the future. Even Mrs. Puff spears fish with a trident. Bubble Bath attacks Squidward. He manages to escape for some reason. Patrick also sprains his ankle while running away from Karen. Flats begs for Tattletale Strangler to strangle him. But surprisingly, he reluctantly obliges, strangling Flats. Well, at least the Tattletale Strangler did it. Can't say much. I can't say much about that. And also, Doodlebob searches for a water source. Wait, did that happen around night 2? No, that was Bubble Bath. Okay, Bubble Bath was the one to do it, but he decided to do it to Flats. Okay, well, he did to Flats, but not Bubble Bass. But I really want to get rid of Bubble Bass. He's not good. And he's also looking at the night sky as we're speaking. Okay, so these three are discussing the game, what might happen. I guess Plankton and Sandy are partners and Stranglers with them. Oh! Doodlebob stabs Karen, not with a pencil, but with a tree branch. Doodlebob thinks that a pencil is not sharp enough to stab a computer to death, so he uses a tree branch. Dirty Bubble and Spongebob hold hands. I guess they decided to truce after Dirty Bubble sprained his ankle. Patrick and Mrs. Puff hold hands. I don't get it. Mermaid Man screams for help. Neptune quietly hums. Squidward convinces Larry to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Well, that's great. Mr. Krabs climbs a tree to rest, and that's about it. We come to day 4. Mr. Crab overhears Mermaid Man and Patrick talk in the distance. Sheldon practices his archery. We don't know how that's going to help him out. Strangler and Neptune work together. Doodlebob scares Spongebob. That's pretty accurate. Dirty Bubble begs for Bubble Bass to... Oh, boy. And he refuses, keeping Dirty Bubble alive. Oh, yeah, that's right. Guys, I actually saw a YouTube channel, like a couple... guys of doing a YouTube reaction video, and they actually reacted to the final episode of season 14 of SpongeBob or so. It was actually before they did this. It was actually after they did one of the episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants where they did a parody of the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, but it was Snow Sponge and the 7 Jellyfish. But after that, they had to do a story of Dirty Bubble abducting Bubble Bass, and it was a gross episode. Yeah, sheesh. It was bad. Mrs. Puffs and Sandy Cheeks hunt for other tributes, and Squidward's picked by thorns, which that is pretty accurate. He has, but not by picking berries. But yeah, there was one episode that was really bad. A couple more tributes are gone. Huh. Oh, SpongeBob severely slices the Tattletale Strangler. That's a pretty interesting highlight reel there. Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff tell stories about themselves to each other if they're not haven't been on a date before. So, oh yeah, that's right. I even remembered a school principal YouTuber actually reacted to one of the season 11 episodes of Plankton and Mr. Krabs in boating school. Yeah, I don't think their relationships are together anymore after season 2. Dirty Bubble, Plankton, and Bubble Bass sweep in shifts. Sandy is unable to start a fire. King Neptune Squidward tells stories about themselves. Mermaid Man is unable to sweep with warmth because he can't start a fire underwater, but Patrick tends to his wounds, and Doodlebob goes to sleep. Oh yeah, he also tried to do a fire as well, but didn't work out. Mr. Krabs tends to SpongeBob's wounds. Maybe he's not over with the injury that he was instained by the Tattletale Strangler. Plankton hunts for other tributes. Oh, Mrs. Puff gets an explosive. Ooh, that's not good. Mermaid Man gets firewood. He still wants to start a fire. Dirty Bubble dies from infection, so the infection gets worse by him, so he pops, gets rid of him. So Mermaid Man doesn't have to worry about that, but I think survival D of fire might end his life. Doodlebob decides to sleep the entire day, even after sleeping last night. Squidward gets an explosive, Sandy injures herself, and Patrick and Bubble Bass split up for resources, and you think about home. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have 11 tributes left remaining, and I'm just tired of zooming in all the time. This is getting old. We're in night 5, ladies and gentlemen. 10 tributes still alive. This is shocking. And Squidward decides to tend to SpongeBob's wounds. That's a pretty weird thing. I'm surprised that Sandy, SpongeBob, Squidward, Krabs, and Patrick are still alive, and Plankton. I'm surprised that these characters are still alive, which is Kind of a shock. I was expecting some of the main characters to die soon, but this is shocking. Bubble Bass begs for a mermaid. Oh, man, Bubble Bass just keeps begging to end his life. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Oh, Plankton destroys Mr. Crab's supplies. That's a shocker. You tend to her wounds. And Patrick defeats Doodlebob, but I guess if he was trying to erase him, he didn't get all of him done. So I think he's still wandering around. Barely. I hope Patrick still has the pencil he took. I hope. Neptune severely injures Sandy. Well, that's going to be one of the few characters that are gone. Leaves her to die. Okay, and Doodlebob gets medical supplies. And I guess it's actually another pencil. I guess that was the medical supplies. They just gave him another pencil so he can draw himself back to life. So I guess Patrick didn't finish him, or maybe he didn't know he accidentally spared his life because Patrick thought it was over, just like Spongebob did. So, yeah, Doodlebob's still alive. Squidward fishes. And, well, they all talk about the tributes still alive, or hunting tributes. Ooh, Plankton shoots a poisonous dart into Bubble Bass's neck, and that slowly finishes him off. Finally, he's gone. Hey, at least I don't have to zoom in anymore, because Mrs. Puff discovers a river. We have 9 tributes left, ladies and gentlemen. Well, make that 8 tributes left because Mr. Crab passes away from hypothermia, and these 5 are talking about the tributes still alive, or they're in shifts. Why? Okay, they're with Doodlebob. That's great. That's not going to be good. Patrick thinks about home. I'm sure he has that pencil with him. Sheldon thinks about winning. By the way, as Mrs. Puff gets a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, I'm sure Patrick that does have the pencil with him. I'm sure he has some in plans to win this competition. I'm sure it's a possibility. Oh, the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons from the Tribute's family. Oh, and I think I think Patrick erases Mrs. Puff as she runs, and I guess that's how he got her. Doodlebob decides not to go to the feast because he has his own pencil. Squidward decides not to go. Mermaid Man decides not to go, and these 2 are getting into a fight over raw meat. King Neptune gives up. And SpongeBob decides not to go. I have to do this again. And look at that. We're in day 7. And these are the 7 players that are still alive. What a shocker. King Neptune tries to sweep through the entire day. These 5 are still hunting for tributes while Sheldon injures himself. We come to night 7, ladies and gentlemen. Doodlebob tends to his wounds. Neptune and Sheldon sweep in shifts. These 2 run into each other, but hey, they decide to truce for the day. Mermaid Man sees the fire stays hidden, and Patrick falls into a pit. And guess that pencil is going to be gone. But Doodlebob has a spare new pencil from an unknown sponsor, so... Oh, but SpongeBob is stalking Doodlebob this time. Oh, and look at this. Squidward gets a poisonous dart slowly onto Neptune's neck. Ooh, and looks like this is interesting. Sheldon's attending to Mermaid Man's wounds, but with the last 5 tributes left, this is an interesting sound of something's gonna happen. We're coming to night 8, ladies and gentlemen, and look at that. Sheldon lets SpongeBob into his shelter, and Mermaid Man stabs Doodlebob with a tree branch. And takes the pencil away and makes sure he is erased from the entirety. He is gone for good. Gone for good. Oh, and Squidward passes out from exhaustion. Look at this, guys. Your final 4 players of competition. Didn't expect how these 4 would still be in it, but they're in it. And Sheldon Plankton searches for firewood, and Mermaid Man attempts to climb a tree. But instead of drawing himself a ladder to climb up there, he decides to do it the hard way. So he dies, and I guess the pencil lies next to him. So, yep, the Mermaid Man had a chance to win this with that powerful pencil, and he didn't get it. It was really bad. And look at this. Squidward is attacking SpongeBob. He manages to escape. This is going to be interesting. Plankton, Squidward, and Spongebob didn't expect the final 3 people. Sheldon injures Spongebob, puts him out in his misery. And Squidward dies from thirst. From probably running so much he dies. Sheldon Plankton, District 6 is your winner. Unbelievable. Muhammad Ali, man. Can you believe it? What a surprising win from one of the smallest characters. What a win. Unbelievable. What a crazy start. He started off crazy with Barnacle Boy in the beginning part. And then got protected by Sandy when Gary was attacking him. Would have finished him off, but Sandy's stupidity of killing the wrong person for no damn reason is what got Plankton surviving here. Comes by, he continues on, he shoots a poisonous to Bubble Bass, and then time later he finishes off SpongeBob, and that is all she wrote. That is all she wrote there, ladies and gentlemen. You can't say craziness for that. But, man, this is all your points, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy competition, ladies and gentlemen. 9 days and 9 nights. What a long video, guys. It's going to be great, guys. I'm going to take a couple good weeks off from this one, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great competition. I had good fun doing it. But next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be International Hunger Games, the 50th episode. And it's going to be 24 players that have survived winning Hunger Games on my channel, and they are going to compete against each other. It's going to be tough. We're going to pick the winners that have won Hunger Games, and we'll find out who the best is. So that being said, thanks for watching this episode, and the Fox Wolf says, see you later.